Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Good morning, crypto friends. How are we doing? We are live. It is Monday, May the 10th. How are you doing out there? We are looking at BTC USD. Had a good bounce. Got all the way up to that 60K, rejected off of there. And we are trying to climb back our way up through there. So we're looking at support at 57,484.97 and resistance there at the 59,590. For BTC USD, let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum hitting the all-time high last night. We're now above the 4,000 mark. So all-time high is the 4174 as we climb into support 4016.78 and resistance is going to be at the 4150.86 for Ethereum. Just coming underneath that 70 on the RSI, so watch out for there as we start to cool off a little bit and try to grind our way a little higher. Let's move on to BNB USD Binance Coin. We have support down at the 654.33 and resistance up at 686.14 and the all-time high there 704.62. And let's move on to ADA. Cardano. Cardano has been kind of running sideways after we hit that all-time high, so healthy consolidation is in play for Cardano. So we're looking at 1.71 support, 1.82 resistance for Cardano. Moving on to DOT USD PolkaDot. We still have 38.95 as support, 41.90 resistance. And we did get the inverse cross there, the 12 over the 26-day moving average. So may need to come down and retest those lows again for another bounce. Having a look at the Doge. The Doge got famous on Saturday Night Live Saturday night with May Musk and Elon on there as well. So the hype train has ran away off to a new station. So we are looking down at 0.4933 support and up at the 0.5930 resistance. You could actually say we can move that down to there. There we go. First level of resistance, 0.5595. Moving on to Litecoin, LTC USD. Looking at support 383.80 and 390.15 resistance. Well within range of that all-time high up there. As a lot of these tokens and coins hit all-time highs. Moving on to LINK, Chainlink. The link of the chain is 49.76 support and resistance 52.07. Keep an eye out there as we bounce really good off of that 12-day moving average. And let's move on to Stellar going astronomical. We got a tight range here. We marked this one on the 1 hour. If we zoom in there, you can see the support. The point, what are we at there? 0.726 support and resistance is going to be at the 0.734 tight range we have indicated for Stellar. Moving on to Vechain, VET USD. We're looking down at support at the 0.217 and resistance 0.237 for Vechain. Moving on to FIL USD. Support down at the 141.04 and resistance 149.36 for FIL USD. Let's move on to Storj, STORJ USD. Looking down support at the 2.03 and resistance 2.15. Very tight range as we're trying to climb back through those previous highs. I will mention that the volume is slightly lighter there on Storj. Moving on to IOTA, Internet of Things. We're looking at support at the 2.152 and resistance up there at the 2.25. So moving on to comp, going red to green as we speak here. Comp is 758.91 support, and 809.19 is resistance level off of that previous high there. Moving on to BAT USD, basic I need your attention coin. And we can massage that support level up there. There we go. Previous low 1.401, and resistance is going to be up there at the 1.453 for BAT. Looking here at Ethereum Classic, can it follow along with Ethereum hitting its all-time highs here? So ETC USD, we have support there at the 111.88, and resistance is up there at the 135.44 for ETC. Let's move on to MANA, MANA USDC. Looking down at support at the 1.395, and resistance for now is 1.434. Excuse me. We did put our stop loss just underneath that 100-day moving average, by the way, as we often do. Moving on to ZIL USD. ZIL USD, we have a new level of support up there. There we go. At the 0.2308. And first level of resistance is going to be the 0.242 for ZIL. Let's move on to NU. Going red to green as we speak. Find a new support level. There we are. The 0.462. And resistance is going to come into play on these previous highs, just underneath that moving average there, 26-day moving average. And we're looking at resistance 0.4688. Moving on to NMR USD. Looking at support down at the 65.32 and resistance. I don't know why it didn't get saved when I went through this while ago. Not a problem. 67.22 resistance. Moving on to GRT USD. We have support right there. As you can see, it's testing it right as we speak. So right there at the 1.507, and resistance up at the 1.542. Let's have a look at Uniswap, UNI. You ain't got no alibi. 38.7311 is your support, and resistance up at the, we're going to have to get through these first. It's going to be the 40.43. Moving on to AAVE USD, up 1% this morning. So we are looking at support to hold at the 452.92. And we're going to get resistance right there as we climb up through these previous highs. So looking at 469.09. Moving on to MKR USD. We're going to have support sitting right there at the 5197.51, and your resistance level on the climb back through is going to be the 5402.99. Let's move on to some of these NFTs. Audio. Had a go at it, got all the way up to 2.41. Not the all-time high, but a pretty good run. So finding support now at the 2.290. And as you see, we met resistance at the 2.419. Way to go, audio. Let's move on to CHZ USD. We are sitting right there on these previous lows. We have a double bottom. So looking for a bounce coming off the 0.4741 support. And you're going to have resistance getting back through these moving averages. So let's look at there. We're going to get down there at the 0.490 resistance for CHZ USD. Moving on to Theta. Theta looking at support to hold at 11.418 and resistance up there at the 12.196 for Theta. Let's move on to ENJ. ENJ looking at support down at the 2.3760 and resistance at the, well, let's get that down there where it belongs. Right at the 2.4312 resistance. Wrapping up with ONE. Big gains for ONE. Nice run up there. Nice bounce off that. Looks like we got off that 100-day moving average. So we have support sitting at the 0.1383. I got that off the 1 hour. And resistance up at the 0.1519 for ONE USD. Heading to look over into BTC.D, which indicates the Bitcoin dominance as compared to the total crypto market cap. So we are sitting just down 0.5% at 45.09% of the crypto market cap, and total crypto market cap winding up here is $2.412 trillion. So slightly up now as more money moves into the space. And that ends it for me. Thank you for stopping by. Please hit the like, subscribe, do all those kind of things. And I'll see you tonight at the Crypto Happy Hour. Have a great day, everyone. See you then.